The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
What up, my cosmic cousins? And you already know what time it is. Child, we got a full moon in Capricorn at the same day as Mercury retrograde within Cancer at that. So we're talking about the duel of the sister signs right now. And seeing as how Cancer is ruled by the moon and Capricorn is in its detriment in this moon, and we already know Capricorn and Saturn influence. So yeah, this is going to be a doozy, okay? And not to mention Leo getting ready to enter into Jupiter as well. Child, there's just a lot going on, and the energy is very loud and very intense. Okay, so let's get straight into it because we definitely need to do some grounding. We definitely need to talk about this energy, and I'm not going to keep you long on this one. But before I get too deep into it, you already know what to do. Go on and hit that like, go on and subscribe to your girl, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I want to sip with you. Now let's get into it because you already know what I came to do. Give you the tea on what this energy is going to be. Stop playing. Now, with that being said, we know that full moons is all about releasing. Capricorn energy is Saturn influence. It's all about that RESPECT, checking what your discipline is talking about, as well as any type of karmic retributions. We also talking about your career success and just how you're viewed out in the public, your public image, and how you like others to view you. Now, this moon is less about the glow up of it all, okay? It's more about grow up. Okay, it's more about get it together. It's time to lock in. It's time to handle business. And of course, depending upon where this energy is sitting for you, based on your rising sign as well, it is definitely going to play a major influence in what you need to release in this area. Now, this energy is almost like a mid-year audit, if we're being all the way for real. And Capricorn did not kind of play with any of us. We already know it's Saturn ruled, and Saturn is going to come in and whip us into shape. Okay, this energy does not do fake. It don't give a damn about no well wishes. It don't care about what you want. It's all about what you've earned. It's all about your strategy. It's all about your maturity. And also because it's playing tug of war with this Mercury energy, which Mercury, of course, is in retrograde right now in Cancer, it might even spill out a karmic receipt or two. I'm just saying. Now, the moon is ruled by Cancer, so this energy is not comfortable in this position at all, okay? And we all know the sun is currently in Cancer as well. So, I mean, the sun is giving all this soft, protective, nurturing, safety type of energy. And the moon is straight on some execution, legacy, discipline type shit. Okay. It's checking where we at on that. Where are we at on the process of that? And because of the fact that we have this Mercury retrograde and Mercury deals with our routines and everything like that, all of that shit is off right now. So this energy is providing a lot of friction. This Capricorn energy is like giving you pressure on what you're supposed to have wrapped up, what you're supposed to be finishing up. But this Mercury retrograde in Cancer is like, you probably need to triple check that before you send it out. It may not go out the way that you think it is. Capricorn energy wants to sit down like adults and have a conversation. And Mercury in retrograde in Cancer is like, oh, we're going to talk about it, but it's not going to be in a logical way. I'm going to get overly emotional and completely out of line. Not to mention that Gemini that moved over to Mars. Did I tell you that? So, you know, that I'm sure furthers that angry energy and that emotional overcharge that Cancer energy is providing in Mercury, since, you know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Stop playing. They all connected, by the way. These energies is all working together, running down the street hand in hand, okay? But you definitely got to find the balance. You got to find the balance between that busy work and getting things done versus your emotional well-being and making sure that you prioritize your mental health. Now, both Cancer and Capricorn both have this parent type of energy to it, okay? I would say Cancer is more of the mother, whereas Capricorn energy, even though I call Saturn Pop Saturn, I play around a lot with that. But in all reality, Capricorn energy is more like the grandmother, okay? It's the matriarch of the family. It's the one that you do not play with, okay? It's the one that can and will leave you out of the wheel, all right? Now, with that being said, being on this axis, there is an energy about reparenting yourself. This is about becoming that parent or that adult that your inner child actually needed and learning how to find the balance with being gentle on yourself and not being too hard and punishing yourself. Now, because of the fact that we are talking about Mercury retrograde being added onto this, there could be some stuff that needs to be released in the family, past drama, any type of emotional patterns that you have grown out of that needs to be released, any old relationships that may have been connected to that inner child that was still wrapped up in a lot of that trauma. It's time to release a lot of that. So this is what this full moon has came to do. Now, if we're talking about the Jupiter influence on this moon, this takes on a whole new shift as far as that, because Leo is that inner child, okay? It is that enjoyment out of life. It is that creativity. And with it going into such a big optimistic planet like Jupiter, the energy definitely wants you to get in line, get it in order, so you can claim that crown, okay? And still do it responsibly. You got to have your own boundaries, because that's what Capricorn provides. But, Jupiter don't provide no boundaries, okay? Jupiter's like, live it up. But that Capricorn energy is like, before we get there, let's just go ahead and do a quarterly review. Before I say this mid-year, but y'all already know how I feel. We just really got into the new year this past March, okay? You already know. The bottom line is you need to stop trying to manifest without strategy, okay? This Capricorn full moon is here to show you exactly what is blocking your success and how to build into your legacy and what you need to release in order to do so. So why don't I just go ahead and jump into that by jumping right into the rising signs? Let's talk about it. Starting with my Aries risings. Now, you already know this is sitting in the 10th house for you, okay? This is that Capricorn house, and I'm going to give it to you straight, no chases, just like Saturn would want me to, okay? You ready? Nobody cares what you're working on. Where are the results? When are you going to be finished? It's time for you to stop talking about it and be about it, okay? Now, this moon really just turned the lights on your career and your public image, and also just chin checking your discipline and how you're keeping things in line, and if you're keeping up with all the things that you have set out to do. Now, Aries risings, you are quick when it comes to starting something, but you kind of fade out a little bit once you start to get a little bored of the situation if you don't see instant result. Capricorn energy needs you to take a little bit more time, okay? Plus, it's time for you to quit living in this persona that you've built. It's time for you to be more authentic to who you are. And if you don't like your boss, then just become your boss. That's that on that. Now, Taurus risings, this hits your 9th house. Now, this is that Sagittarius house, and I already know you are feeling the heat off of this house because, like I said, this is Sagittarius house. It's ruled by Jupiter, and we just talked about Leo entering Jupiter really, really soon. Okay. So with that being said, it is definitely time for you to live out loud. Okay. Stop putting yourself in a prison. I know you love your routine and you love to play it safe, but this moon is definitely calling you out. You have limited yourself to a point to where you've painted yourself into a small corner of a prison. It's time for you to broaden your mindset. It's time for you to broaden your horizons, and it's time to step out there. Get rid of those old philosophies and those old thoughts that's not taking you anywhere in life. You are the type, once you are into something, you lock in on it, but just make sure you expand your vision, expand your mind, take a risk and book a flight, for crying out loud. Now, my Gemini risings, this actually sits in your 8th house. It's time for you to check your bank statements and your emotional baggage. Both are overdue and depleted. Okay. You're in debt. But that's what the 8th house does, okay? It brings out those debts, those investments, both good and bad, all right? It talks about those deep intimacies as well as those transformations. Now, if you've been avoiding your finances haven't been avoiding you. And Capricorn is coming in, knock, 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 to remind you that, hey, you're going to have to protect yourself a little bit better. You're going to have to protect your wallet a little bit better. Now is not the time to invest in any type of karmic debt. And seeing as how Uranus is in your 1st house, like, please don't even stir that energy up, okay? Because whenever something happens, it's going to happen quick. It's going to happen fast. It's going to happen in a way that will completely blow your mind, all right? So this is definitely a time where you want to clear the tab, pay off any debt that you need to pay, whether it be emotional or financial, and release any of those bad investments that you know ain't going to pay off. And that's on period. Now, my Cancer rising, this hits your 7th house. You already know what it is. This is your sister sign. And seeing as how you have Mercury chilling in your 1st house in retrograde right now, I already know you're going through a lot. Okay, I know you're going through a lot. I know you're feeling it. But this is time for you to review some things because you need to stop trying to fix people, okay? Sometimes people don't see the problem in themselves. Some people don't even know that they are the problem, okay? They think that it's everybody else and they don't see the wrongs that they do. Capricorn energy never came to play with anybody. So if you find yourself putting yourself in a position, defending or laying yourself on the line for somebody who is not deserving, child, you're going to feel every single bit of that. The time is now to stop carrying the weight of the relationship. Now, you already know that 7th house is the house of mirror, okay? So your reflection is supposed to be following and doing exactly what you're doing. And if it's not, then you know something is wrong. Now's the time to really start examining some things. And of course, with Mercury in retrograde in your 1st house, if there's any type of receipt that needs to come out, it will definitely come out around this time. All debts have to be cleared out when it comes to Capricorn energy. Stop playing. Reciprocity is a must. And all I'm going to say is If you expect other people to care about you, you have to first care about yourself too, okay? Now's the time to get rid of anything that is not working for you or anybody that is not giving into you the way that they need to be feeding into you. Don't stay and try and work it out just because you have time invested together. Oh no, baby, don't do that, okay? All I'm saying is be big on the reciprocity, because if you don't get it together, then you already know Capricorn gonna break that shit up, okay? This is not a rehabilitation center. This is not a shelter. This is your heart, okay? Take care of it. Now for my Leo risings, this actually hits your 6th house. Boy, oh boy, there's some things that you need to go ahead and drop off of that daily routine list. I already know your algorithm is getting fucked up because of the fact of the Mercury retrograde. You know what I'm saying? 6th house is a Mercury house. So I know it's hitting for you. Now, on top of it, you have the responsibility of Capricorn sitting here as well. Now, I know your brain is tired, your body's tired, and you desperately need a break. Go on and take it. A part of doing your daily routine, your daily algorithm, is also making sure that you take care of yourself. If you're only taking care of the things outside of you, then your health will soon suffer, okay? You have to learn how to take care of yourself. And that's the bottom line. Especially with Jupiter getting ready to go into your 1st house, you're ready to do it way big. So you have to find the discipline in that routine, and just know you can't survive or defeat the whole entire world on one cup of coffee, okay? You got to get better habits. You got to organize that calendar, and you have to make a new commitment to yourself to do better. Your wellness matters, okay? Now for my Virgo risings, this is actually hitting your 5th house. Now, because this is the Leo house, and we soon will be having Leo go over to Jupiter, there is an extra boost in this area for you right now, and you love a good project, but sometimes your projects don't be loving you, okay? It is time for you to find the joy in the things that you do. It's time for you to create. Now, of course, you want to give yourself a moment, okay? Because like I said, the Mercury retrograde is playing a part, and Virgo rising, you are Mercury ruled. So this, of course, is taking over your entire chart. So you definitely don't want to start anything, but this is a great time to review exactly what you've been doing in the past that is not satisfying you, that is not bringing the joy in your life, that is not making you happy. And this is also dealing with not only your job, but your dating life, just your hobbies overall, just your day-to-day life. You are a routine-based person. So once you get caught up in a routine, whether it is a good routine or a bad routine, you're just there. So you might need to switch it up a bit, take out the things that no longer serve you, and definitely jump on the thing that bring you that much needed happiness, okay? Release that inner child and go ahead and let it play. Now, because of the fact Mercury is playing an influence on you, and the energy is in Cancer, you could have some different things that come up for you involving your inner child, and maybe some conversations that need to be had with your family, okay? So I would not be surprised, because of this Capricorn influence, it is a need to go ahead and release some things in this area. And because of the fact that Cancer is involved, this could get emotional, okay? Now for my Libra risings, this is actually sitting in your 4th house. Now this is actually the Cancer house, so it's kind of in an opposition position right here, you know? So this may not be an easy transit for you. And because of the fact that, you know, like I said, Mercury retrograde is in Cancer, you know, you have that influence in this house right now. But babes, this Capricorn energy is here to remind you, this home that you want to build, this safety net that you want to build, it has to be on good foundation or it's not going to work. Capricorn energy is going to shake things up because it needs you to build something that is worth building. If you say you want this safe home, if you say you want unnecessary drama, if you say you want this specific life, then it's time to get to the root and figure out why you haven't had it up until this point, okay? And Capricorn energy is basically laying out that belt and whipping your ass into shape when it comes to this. If you find yourself, or you have been finding yourself, people pleasing as far as your relatives, specifically on your maternal side, is what I'm looking at. But you know, it could be either or. Either way, if you've been doing that, Capricorn is going to make you feel it. So you stop, okay? The time is definitely over that you've been taking on the expense of other people's issues, pain, trauma, at the expense of your own peace, okay? So yeah, Libra risings, it's time for you to really like soldier up, put your boundaries together, and release anyone or anything that is not allowing you to do so, okay? If you want that safety and security, you are going to be the one that has to build it by making sure you keep firm boundaries. Now for my Scorpio risings, this is actually hitting your 3rd house, which the 3rd house is the Gemini house. It's Mercury influence, so of course it's going to do its thing because, you know, Mercury retrograde here. Now, this Capricorn energy is not going to let you keep playing this strategic bag, and it's not going to allow you to express yourself in an overly emotional way. You're going to really have to find your balance between the two, okay? Now, you are naturally strategic. You are just like that anyway. And Capricorn being in your 3rd house, it definitely gives strategic mind. Now is definitely not the time to be gossiping with your neighbors or your siblings, okay? You want to audit how you say things, not necessarily the things that you say, because you're definitely supposed to speak your mind. However, you want to make sure that how you say it, that can really play a part in how people receive it. During this time, you're definitely going to have to keep that in mind. Make sure that you are slowing down and pacing yourself and dumping out any type of mental clutter. Now, because Capricorn is here, I would definitely not be getting caught up in any type of group chats, even though the sauce is going to be saucy, okay? As we talking Mercury retrograde and everything like that, so you already know the tea is going to be piping hot, but don't get caught up in it, okay? You keep the focus, all right? You use this energy to reflect on how you handle things, prune out any ideas that you're not passionate about, or you don't feel like will be taking you to the next level. If it's not going to build into the legacy, then what are you doing it for? Really? Now, my Sagittarius risings is actually hit your second house. Now, your mind is definitely on your money and your money is on your mind. And Capricorn energy is all about that legacy. You already know what it is, okay? But because we are talking about a full moon and we are talking about releasing here, it is time for you to take a look at that bank account, okay? With both eyes open wide. This energy is asking you to reflect upon how much you are spending, as well as what your self-worth is looking like. Are you spending in order to maintain what it looks like on this outside? Because Taurus energy likes to, well, that's second house energy. Taurus energy likes to make things pretty, okay? Similar to Libra energy, they're both Venetian influenced, okay? They're all about the beauty. They're all about the look. They're all about the aesthetic, okay? Capricorn is not with that shit, okay? At all. So it needs you to get real about some things. Stop, overdoing it like you sometimes like to do. Come back to a sense of reality of what you are doing it for, and start building into an actual financial situation that can add security into your next level, okay? Now, for my Capricorn risings, you already know you are the star of the show. This actually sits in your first house. It's given main character finals. This is a time when you're totally shedding your identity and what you feel like others view you as. It's given metamorphosis, okay? The universe is asking you who you want to be and who are you once you actually stop carrying everybody else's burdens, okay? It's time for you to shed that old skin. It's time for you to rebrand yourself. It's time to step up and upgrade your look, upgrade yourself, just upgrade the version of you overall. It's time for you to get real, get serious about you and nobody else but you. And Capricorn energy is encouraging you to carry on that responsibility. Now, of course, since this is a full moon, we are talking about the things that have to go. So in order to have that new version come in, all these new things come in, that old outdated version has to go. Once you get rid of the burdens of what everybody else thinks about you, how you present yourself, because you really do care about how it is presented to the masses. But once you get into your bag where it only matters to you, then everything else will fall into place, baby, okay? So it's time for you to step up into that version of you that you've been pondering over for a while, because you've been thinking about this one. It takes you a minute to make that move though, okay? But now that we're here, bask in it. And like I said, go ahead and release that old version so the new one can come in. You already know what it is, okay? Now, my Aquarius risings, this one gets a little deep for you because this sits in your 12th house. We're getting strict about that rest and relaxation, okay? It is time for you to stop just saying that you're fine just for the simple fact of saying that you're fine, and start really actually being fine, okay? Now, you've definitely been overthinking in private. You have desperately trying to rationalize your emotions, and everything in this excess of energy wants you to fucking chill out, okay? Your subconscious, of course, is your worst critic, all right? It is controlling, and it can sometimes have you just completely on freeze. It can get you locked into a routine, whether that routine is healthy or not, okay? This energy is begging you to review that shit, okay? And it's telling you to get your rest. For crying out loud, get your rest. Now, because of the fact that Mercury is going to be in your 6th house, okay, that is going to play a part in your everyday routine. So your schedule probably already a little fucked up, okay? Just take heed of that and just go ahead and make sure that you pace yourself, slow down, stop trying to rationalize your emotions, and allow things to be what it's going to be, okay? There's only so much you're going to be able to do. Release the control, release the self-saboteur that can literally come in and fuck up your legacy, okay? Stop playing. Now, for my Pisces rising, this actually stays in your 11th house, okay? Your circle is shrinking, and that is actually a blessing, okay? I do not want you crying for any of them hoes, and I damn sure ain't trying to be funny. Capricorn energy is making sure that it puts belt to ass when it comes to some of those friends that claim they're your friends, but in the long term, they're not who they say they are or not who they pretend to be. If these aren't the ones that hype you up, if these aren't the ones that have your back when it really matters, then you already know what it is. it's definitely time to take note of who is there, who is cheering for you, who is having your back. Yeah. And the ones who aren't, they gotta go. Bye. Saturn says so. I didn't say so. Saturn did. Now, in addition, because of the fact that it does take you being real, authentic to yourself in order to make these type of decisions, please understand that Capricorn energy is making sure that you are being real and authentic to yourself, okay? Not to anybody else. This is not no performative shit for anybody else. This is strictly for you. Now, I would not be a bit surprised if you have some type of shocking revelation or some type of shocking information come out about somebody in your friend group, because Gemini is currently in this house, as far as is currently in Uranus, and this is your Uranus house. Okay, so it is having its influence over here. And with that being said, it can have that Gemini influence in there of getting some messy tea. Okay, bottom line, it's time for you to find your real tribe. It's time to stand up and stand on who you actually are, the authentic version, not the performative version for everybody else. And it is going to be time to network once this Mercury retrograde is over. Okay, well, just chill out, wait till the Mercury retrograde is over. But you do want to be thinking about how you want to proceed with your networking, how you want to proceed with your real tribe, and how you want to proceed with presentation of the most authentic version of yourself. Okay, now y'all already know Cosmic Cousins. I'm gonna go ahead and throw y'all out a journal prompt that'll help you with this energy, as well as give you a nice affirmation that will keep you inspired. Make sure that you hang on to it, say it periodically throughout the day. So now go ahead and get your pen and pad, because it's time for my journal prompt. And that prompt is: in what area of my life am I waiting for someone else to come and save me, fix it, or give me permission? How can I step up and be the CEO of my own life today? Answer it truthfully and honestly. You're the only one going to see it, and it's going to benefit you. All right. Now let's go straight into the affirmation. I am done shrinking to fit spaces that I've outgrown. I release the need for Confederate comfort. I honor my emotional boundaries, and I accept my assignment to build a life that matches my highest worth. Now, Cosmic Cousins, I certainly hope this information has been a benefit to you and has helped you in some type of way, because honestly, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share as much information that I have available to me to help as many people as I can. And the energy going into July, and just July overall, is going to be extremely heavy, and it won't stop for the next few months. So I need you to go ahead and release what is needed to make room for what abundance is coming in. And of course, we're going to be talking about what that abundance is going to be looking like per rising sign, because I'm going to be following up with a video about Leo and Jupiter, because you already know we need to tea on what that energy finna be. Now, with that being said, Cosmic Cousins, I am out of here.